Die Hart sounded really interesting. I liked the concept. Kevin Hart is brilliant. I was looking forward to it, but unfortunately, I didn't think it was very good. I was also initially confused because Wikipedia said it was a TV series, but I was definitely looking at a listing for a film on Prime. Apparently, the first season was re edited into a feature film, which seems bizarre, but I don't have a problem with it. I don't know if they cut anything out or if it's exactly just the episodes basically cut together. If anybody knows, please feel free to let me know. And the second season was also edited into a feature film, Die Hart 2, Die Harter. Will I be watching that? Maybe, but not immediately. I'm not that enthusiastic about it. The film was released the series was released in 2020. According to IMDb, the film was released in 2023. Does that sound right? I hope so. And it's directed by Eric Apple and Josh Rubin, written by Tripper Clancy. And of course, we have a cast including Kevin Hart as a version of himself. We also have John Travolta and Nathalie Emmanuel, and great performances across the board. Interesting enough characters. I liked Kevin Hart as himself, and he wants to be taken more seriously as an actor. He's kind of been typecast in comedies, and he wants to be taken seriously as an action star. And that's what the film is about, him trying to do this and working with John Travolta's character. And initially it sounded fun. It sounded really different, and as I said, I love Kevin Hart, so I was kind of looking forward to enjoying this fun concept with a brilliant protagonist. And yes, the protagonist is brilliant. It's Kevin Hart, but I like this version of himself, the character of himself that he's playing. And I don't have any problems with any of the characters. I just found the narrative to be really dull, and I think it's more down to personal preference. I didn't really like the direction in which it went. Maybe it wasn't what I was expecting, but I just didn't think it was that interesting. I don't want to say too much about what happens in case you want to watch it. I don't want to give away too much, but it just wasn't as fun. It wasn't as funny either. I didn't think it was particularly funny, and I didn't think it was very engaging. The story just wasn't that fascinating. So the overarching concept I really like, and I think it's a really great idea. But I found the execution to be, for me at least, rather dull. Some people may like the events in the film, and if that's the case, that's fantastic. But for me, it was just a little bit boring. It wasn't as funny as I thought it was going to be. Yes, I liked the characters and the performances, and Kevin Hart, and I really like John Travolta as well. They were definitely enough to keep me watching it, and they're enough. I don't know who's in the second film, actually. I haven't looked ahead. I don't know if there's anybody in the second film who would make me want to actually go, yes, I need to watch this now. I might look into that. But certainly Kevin Hart is enough to make me want to watch the second film. But not immediately. I need to put some distance between this and myself so that I can go into the second film with maybe a bit of a fresher perspective and not just feeling the disappointment of this film. So I didn't love it. I don't think it worked very well, but I do think that's maybe down to personal preference. With the action that unfolded, it wasn't really what I was looking for, wasn't really what I was in the mood for. I guess it's fine, but I think I expected something a bit better, a bit funnier, but the characters and performances are good. So it's a brilliant concept, absolutely love the concept, don't really like the execution, but the characters and performances are very good. So there are some positives, and I didn't dislike it so much that I refused to watch the second film. As I said, I will watch it at some point. In fact, I'll probably add it to my watch list now, but I'll put it quite near the bottom. I'm working through my list. Chronologically, not in terms of the film's release, but in terms of when I add them to the list, because just as a side note, for years I would build up this huge to-watch list, and I'd never get round to the films. So this year, I am watching everything in the order that I've written them down in my list, in my spreadsheet. There are currently over 500 films on there, thanks to Letterboxd. Letterboxd is amazing, and I've discovered so many great gems through there. Is this a gem? Not quite. Maybe the second film will be. But either way, if you're curious, check it out. It's not the worst. Maybe my hopes were too high. I'll reserve judgment for the second film, but for now, I can say Die Hard might be worth watching, but it's definitely not what I was hoping for.